Hey guys, Boston, Massachusetts is checking in. How y'all doing? Okay, so it's been beautiful out. The weather's been quite hot, and I'm feeling it. I understand a lot's been happening, especially like worldwide, all over. We had the hurricane or tropical storm down there in Louisiana, the earthquake in California, and now the blackout in Manhattan, New York. Well, I tell you, people going through it right now. But I'm thanking God, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, that I'm not going through it. Glory, glory. But I am praying for my sisters and my brothers. Okay, but today's video is in regards to legacy. What people remember about you. What did you do upon this earth that people will remember you by? And the reason that I'm doing this interview, because I really loved the music of the Ghetto Boys. I didn't know any of them personally, and I still don't. I loved all of them: Bushwick, Willie D, and Scarface. And it was some drama towards the end of Bushwick's death. And we heard everyone's story, but Vlad TV, Vlad TV, he has been doing several interviews lately with some of the members of the Ghetto Boys. For instance, with Willie D. And I've seen one with Scarface, but in particular, let's stick with Willie D. And he's been highlighting some comments about like Bushwick putting his hand, Willie D putting his hands on Bushwick, beating him up. Bushwick pulling out a gun on him. So many messed up stories about little Bushwick, man. Bushwick. And how now his children are coming at, Bushwick's children are coming at Willie D. And Willie D did not go to the funeral. I don't know about Scarface, but let's say, when Willie D said when he first met Bushwick, the encounter was not good. It was very rude, very disrespectful. It was already like, okay, he might be short, but he's very disrespectful, and he had no respect from the story that I got from Willie D. And then also from what I heard from Bushwick is that, that they did not hang out. Willie D or Scarface did not hang out after, outside of music. They just made their money. You understand? And then there was also a story that Scarface said where, Bushwick had jumped out the window. You understand? But in the process of him trying to attack someone else, that he jumped out the 2-story window, which is like the second floor, from the second floor, to try to attack somebody. And Scarface was trying to stop him, and he cut Scarface, I believe, with a razor or a box cutter. And he was like, just too much Bill. He kept saying, too much Bill, too much Bill. And then there was another guy who had a story about Bushwick Bill. He's a rapper now, MC. You can go on Vlad TV, to see these interviews. But he's a rapper. I can't think of his name. But he is saying how Bushwick had told him, to take a ride with him to his baby's mother's house. And when he got there, the woman was a coke kingpin. And, all of these messed up stories about Bushwick, in other words, his legacy. That's what we talk about, legacies. And it was so bad with him and certain people that they didn't even attend his funeral. Willie D said he went to his mother's funeral because his mom was a nice woman. And I believe, he spoke highly of his father, and as well as his brother. And I think people change over time. And the worst thing that you can always do to a person is leave them with a distasteful memory. Like, damn, that's messed up. Something you say, something you do. You understand? When you really can't put the BS behind you, that, I understand a lot of people is not for a face, poker facing it, showing you like, forget what the world say. You know what I'm saying? If it's, we don't get along, we don't get along. And I understand that because I'm the type of person too like that. Like, if you wasn't trying to see me or do right by me when you was on your two good feet, what are you expecting from me? In truth, don't expect me to go to your hospital bed and see you all messed up, because I don't want that image in my head personally. And don't expect me to go to your funeral if you pretty much was not a kind person to me. It's not about really always putting the BS behind you and saving face. Yeah, that might be your relative. Yeah, you might have done business with them. But, how did they treat you? Because these things do come back up. That's what people remember you by. You can either be cool or you can be a messed up person. And apparently, I hate to say it, he was a messed up person from those who dealt directly with him. So now, when we look at another person who passed, and that is Nipsey Hussle. And I always said about Nipsey that Nipsey, I didn't look at what the celebrity said. See, I could see past him being a celebrity. I looked at what the common folks said, the natives said, people who directly dealt with him. And to be quite honest, to date, I have not heard a messed up story. I have not heard a messed up story about Nipsey. You understand? So his legacy was good. You understand? His legacy was truly good. And when I did Juneteenth, one of my daughter's friends, which I love, I call her my niece. This was just a difference of opinion, how she feel versus how I feel. And she was saying how she's tired of hearing about his name. She hoped he didn't get killed because she's tired of hearing about his name like months later. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, nah, you can't be tired of hearing about greatness. And so, I was explaining this story to my other daughter, and my daughter was like, man, I feel her. Until I explained to my daughter about this guy that owned a variety store in my community. His name was Shorty. And, his store was closing, and that store was there forever. I mean, like maybe 30, 40 years before, he closed the store and the Indians brought it. So I was like, that's like someone saying, you can never get tired of hearing about Shorty because Shorty was so good. His name was Shorty before the word popular. It was popular. We called him Shorty. Shorty was good to the whole community. Shorty was the type of guy, like, if you didn't have money, he would let you get the merchandise, but he created tabs within the community. You understand? He fed a lot of families. He, provided a lot of his merchandise to people in the hood. Some paid him back, some didn't. So Shorty was that guy. Shorty was our store fixture. And when, Shorty went out of business, we all felt that, because it's like Shorty seen our grandmothers, our mothers, children, our children's children. He was a part of our history. And we don't expect anyone outside of that community, Magnolia Street, to really understand that. But those who lived on Magnolia Street, they know the story. They know about Shorty. They love Shorty. Shorty ain't got nothing but good memories. And that's how Nipsey was to his community and the people that he dealt with. So I'm going to wrap it up with this. Willie D posted the last dying words about Steve Jobs and how, the wealth didn't compare to the friends that he didn't have. The wealth didn't compare to the love or, him being sick. His wealth didn't equate to anything. You understand? Other than, him being successful and able to buy anything. He said, teach your children, raise your children not to be successful, but to have friends. No matter, how old they are, when they encountered them. It's very important, because friends are the difference in you feeling loved and you not feeling loved. Friends are the difference in you saying, you know what, friend, you're going to get over this, giving you strength, encouraging you and, inspiring you to do well, to do better, to get well. That's the difference in friends and genuine friends. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, in life, we cherish the wrong things. We cherish, the moments. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, the good word of the Lord say, don't labor for riches. You understand? Be content with food and, clothing. You understand? Food and drink. Be merry with that. And, that just means be content and value everything. Value people especially. Cherish them. You understand? Because you don't want your legacy to be like a Bushwick Bill. Now, I only knew Bushwick Bill from his music. I had to get to a point where I said, no more interviews, please. Because it's just at some point it becomes slanderous. You understand? It becomes slanderous and his legacy become tarnished. And although Willie D and Bushwick Bill didn't have a close relationship, he still respected the man enough to not lie on him. You understand? When certain questions were asked, he didn't answer them in truth, but he only spoke about their relationship in truth. And these young children today out here, they swear everyone have to be clout chasing. When you get our age, you mature, you either got friends or you don't. You understand what I'm saying? You know, clothes don't matter, cars don't matter, none of that shit matter, because it doesn't matter. Health matters. You understand? How your family is your family taken care of matters. You understand? And just being good to people matters. You understand? And that's the legacy you want to leave behind. You want to leave behind a good legacy. You want people to speak highly of you in truth. And now I even understand what the scripture said, even though I heard it. But now I understand what it means when it says, let people speak about you. Don't speak about yourself. Let other people speak about you. And, that's the difference. And that's the impact you make when you encounter people. I said to y'all, I wonder what people is going to say about me. I know what I would say about me. I think I'm the most wonderfulest person in the world. That's me. But it's more important to hear it from others. So I said that to say this. Be careful how you treat people. And if nothing else, if you can't help them, do not hurt them. Thank you, guys. Leave your comments. And thank you for watching. Bye.